accent.
Surprise,
Good
we're
evening,
live.
good afternoon. God fucking damn you, Kim. I swear to God, I will find out where you live and I will rip out your eyeballs and crush the motherfucking poot heel.
I only have
I
one
will-
working one, so keep trying, bitch.
Damn it. I can be a professional, me.
Oh shit.
Good evening, good afternoon, whoever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours. Welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This special edition is also known as "Hey Kim, go fuck yourself." This evening's scene will take place at a newly opened establishment, which is called the Temple of 10,000 Happinesses. It is a large building built in the traditional Chinese or maybe Japanese style. Most of the ignorant Irish paddy folk couldn't tell the difference if you were to beat them over the head with an architectural blueprint. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. It's gaudy, it has many lights and paper dragons, lanterns that have strange kanji loom overhead, elegantly fluttering in the breeze. There's the smell of food, most of it cheap garbage that's sold to the public. Let's face it, they're rats anyway, they couldn't tell the difference. There's the cling, cling, cling of slot machines, and the "You are lucky winner" rings out in an offensive tone. However, once again, it's a spectacle for the punters. They're not exactly known for their intellect, after all. Individuals have been given invitations to gather here this evening in order to enjoy the reciprocity of the entities and individuals who are the owners of this fine establishment, and we shall greet them as they join us. I shall go down the line of and they may intro. In that case, Sam, you are up first. Boom shakalaka.
David is awkwardly holding his invitation. He's dressed in his usual button-down, slacks, good shoes, and blue blazer, no tie, and wearing his very unsexy hybrid of Geordie's visor and Google Glass. He has some sort of smartphone or something now wrapped around his arm. And yeah, that's about it. He looks like he's in his early 20s.
I need to play a Wraith Retainer. Pretty powerful.
You're not.
Oh, sorry. I'm shit at life. I use a lot of voice recognition software when I'm you know. But anyway, so sorry. What was your last statement, Sam?
I'm saying, I don't know if I actually described him. He's a youngish guy. He looks like he's in his early 20s. Very kind of baby-faced. His eyes don't seem to rest anywhere for long. And his hair is kind of auburn, reddish brown. There you go. Not a very good description, but...
Okay. Two of the ladies in... Obviously, you can't tell if they're Chinese. They might be Filipino. They might be Japanese. They might be Korean. They'll walk up to you and they'll bow in unison and they'll say, "Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to Temple of 10,000 Happinesses. How may we direct you?"
I received an invitation. Also, he can tell different kinds of Asians. Keep in mind who he works with.
That's fair. In that case, they're probably Vietnamese. He will say, "Oh, honored sir, very lucky. Would you please step this way?"
Thank you.
They will walk. One of them will break off and lead you. They'll lead you through the main casino floor. Once again, there's the ting, ting, ting. "You are a lucky winner!" It's so racist, it's almost painful. But then again, you know that tourists pay for this malarkey, this utter garbage, this nauseation of culture. Wow, I'm on a roll. You are brought back into a much more traditional style building, or down a much more traditional style hallway off the main hall that has panels on the walls detailing and showing samurai in honorable combat. You know, these are old, these are aged. These could have been taken from the fortress of Oda Nobunaga or Tokugawa Ieyasu, you know, circa 1625. You were then led into a room by yourself, and she says, "Honored sir, will please disrobe." Very calmly, and she'll close the door.
Is there a robe there?
There is a robe there. It's a black robe with. Does your character speak Japanese, or does he not?
No, but he can translate things easily.
Yeah, it's just there's a kanji on the lapel, which just basically says "visitor" on it. It's a black. It's a black. Sorry, it's a black bathrobe with the kanji over the left breast.
Is it a bathrobe or is it a house robe? Like, is it cotton or is it silk?
It's probably cotton.
Okay. He sniffs it suspiciously. In fact, hold on a second. I'm going to try a robe.
Oh, you're using a sight, are you? I assume you're using the Google Glass as your focus.
Yep.
That's fine.
I'm sorry, I just find the dice roller. Which is always on the side of the chat. No, right. What's the difficulty? It's a... Three?
Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a coughing fit. Give me a second. You are doing a. It's just. Is it a? Are you just doing analyze substance matter one?
No, he's combining two spheres.
Okay. They don't give a cumulative difficulty, so
Okay.
it is still. What's no? There's an option to do that, but it's an optional rule. What spheres are you combining?
He's actually using prime forces.
Okay. Yeah, that is difficulty 3 roll. Make your roll, please. You're still rolling on the rolls room, yes?
Yeah.
Cool. Just let me know what you get.
3 successes.
Okay, what do you want to know?
So one of the things I turned on was black light.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is impeccably, and I mean impeccably clean.
So there's no like, you know what I'm looking for.
There are no bodily fluids on it whatsoever. It is clean. It is crisp, as if it has just been dry cleaned rather thoroughly. There is no extra bodily anything.
And what about the rest of the room?
No, the room itself is also clean.
Okay. Yeah. So I have forces sight and prime sight, basically.
Okay. In that case, you will hear a tap 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 on a door leading from another side of the room.
Okay. He changes and waits.
The entity doesn't enter. They clearly think that they're waiting for you to come to the door.
Please come in.
Oh.
Give me 1 second. Hold on. Go deal with someone else for a second.
In that case, Jackie, you are up next.
Okay. Jackie saunters up to the thing, the door with his little invitation. He goes, "Yeah, this is gonna go great."
Good afternoon, honored sir. How may we direct you?
Is her invitation?
Oh, see, you are to be guests of the master and mistress. Please follow us.
Do we get to call them master and mistress?
No, you don't, sir. That is what we call them.
All right.
They will pad off down, and they once again, you heard my description. They will lead you past the buffet, past the slot table, past where some poor unfortunate schmuck has just lost his, literally lost his shirt at the crap table. And they will deposit you in another changing room, and they will say, "Sir, if you would not mind, please changing."
Do I have to?
If you do not wish to, say you do not. But the bathhouse
Okay.
is rather warm.
I'll be all right.
Very well then. If you care to wait inside until such time as your attaché arrives.
All right. Thank you.
May the blessings of Buddha find you ever longing and find you ever the roads to find your way back home.
Back at you.
They will bow politely and they will turn. Does Jackie have any sights up, by the way?
Never.
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 Never. All right. Next is Ian.
Yeah, Carlisle will come dressed like that, except for one hand is covered in a glove,
That's fine.
or which will actually go all the way up to his shoulder underneath his suit.
Good afternoon, honored sir. How may we direct you this evening?
Received this. Says the invitation.
Oh, yes, sir. If you would please step this way. The master and the mistress are awaiting you in the bathhouse.
Interesting. All right.
Please, sir, step this way.
You'll follow.
They will, once again, does your character have any sights active?
I was just about to activate Spirit Sight.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 6s. Yeah. I'm successful.
One moment, I have to clarify something. Okay. Ian, both of these women are dead.
Yeah.
As in, they're dead, but their spirits are in them in a weird way. They are ghosts inhabiting bodies as opposed to living bodies with spirits inside them.
Okay. Cool. There isn't even a flinch.
Okay. In that case, you will be brought, and you will basically say, "If you would not mind disrobing, sir, we have provided you with the correct attire.
All right.
An attaché will be long imminently, in order to escort you to your meeting with the master and the mistress."
All right.
Oh. The door, Sam, because I'm going to flick back to you since you're back. The door will slide open. There will be a woman kneeling on the ground in front of you in full traditional Japanese attire. So kimono. She's wearing the yumagame face paint. She has her hair is done up in what they call the shujetsu, which is the high top knot, etc. And she bows.
Familiar with the different kinds of kimonos, so yes.
She bows very deeply to you, a kneeling bow till her head practically touches the. It's kind of a black marble-like stone.
He wearing his robe and his, well, not that anyone can tell, hopefully, but magic underwear. the Mormon style one. He gives a shallow bow back.
Okay. You will see a very well-dressed, elderly individual with his hands clasped behind his back, once again in traditional Japanese garb, make his way down the corridor towards you. This is an Anthony thing, so I will now pass it over to him.
The figure is how much to put this? Rickety. Looks like a light breeze making him blow over, and enormously long moustache.
We're talking like full Fu Manchu.
Yes.
Okay. Just want to be clear.
Hello.
Good
Blink.
evening. Also blink.
This way, if you'd be so kind. And he turns, starts walking towards the back door.
I'm going to say that because it's easier. He will collect all three of you. Does Carlisle dress to go into the bath, or does he not?
No, he's gonna remain like he is.
Okay.
The sunglasses remain. The sunglasses remain on, by the way.
Important point: those of you with spirit sight up, this man is a wraith.
A very
true
powerful wraith.
Yes.
What about those of us with prime sight but no spirit sight?
Holy shit, he's made of energy.
Specifically, he's made of sort of mind aspected prime energy. Very static, or very static.
Sorry, can I use Spirit Lore to try to pinpoint exactly what he is?
Do you have wraith lore?
No, just Spirit.
I'll let you roll spirit at diff 9.
All right, well, there goes a willpower for that.
So yeah, he's going to pick up Jackie. He's going to pick up the doctor, and he's going to pick up. I've completely forgotten the name of your character name. Give me Carson. Carson. There we go.
You mean me?
Yes.
It's Carlisle.
Oh, Carlisle. My apologies.
Surprisingly, I've got 2 successes.
Oh. That is some kind of undead spirit or wraith. A very powerful one. Anthony, you know that you know at least one of them is looking at you.
Yeah. He will, without even looking back, simply go, "See something you like?"
No, not so much.
Then please stop looking at me.
He'll look away.
That is better. He at no point, by the way, did he turn around to look at you, even when you looked away.
You will enter into a large room. This room itself is a perfect square. You will notice that there are many arcane sigils carved into the floor, many kanji in various different scripts, ranging from the from the Ramath of the Ramath of Northern Indian Buddhism to the Shankuelang alphabet that predates the modern Jukman kanji by at least a number of centuries, all in various different graphs and pictoids. There are 2 great golden dragon statues from whose mouth there is pouring hot water into a large bath that is lined with marble and is rather expensively adorned and fitted. The ceiling itself is made to represent the night sky, with a chandelier hanging in the center, meaning to be the sun. The room is heavy and rich with Eastern symbology. Scrolls line the walls, depicting kanji and different forms of various different writing. For those of you who attempt to translate them, they will be facets of poetry, now long forgotten, the ancient arts, given new life and new breath. You will see, he's seated upright in the water, a very pale, very gaunt individual. I will let Kim describe herself and where she is. He is naked to the waist. He has a loincloth, basically, or some kind of bathing suit covering his lower half. The water is clear and quite warm. It produces steam that rises up. It smells vaguely of lavender. It's rather a pleasant smell and a pleasant atmosphere. And he will nod his head in greeting as you enter. You will notice flanking him on either side there are 2 very large men dressed in black suits, the heat not seeming to bother them. They are keeping an ever watchful eye and making sure that there are no shenanigans. And I will let Kim describe herself and where she is. This character is currently in the bath. I don't know where Kim.
Evan, Are they alive?
Yes. Oh wait,
They
you
are
got
alive.
spirit sight on. There's something really fucked up about his aura, but you think he's a mage.
What about the?
weird?
I mean, the two guys that are flanking him. They alive?
Nope.
Nope.
I have prime sight on.
They have a prime signature. They have a prime signature, but I'm trying to think. It's weird. It's like localized in their chests. It's just really odd. I'm trying to think how you describe a possessed corpse. Badly, I guess. Oh shit! And there's another statuesque dragon, a much smaller one, about 5 to 10 paces away from where the man is sitting upright in the bath. There's a sword laying in the dragon's mouth that nearly blinds you with the amount of quintessence it's got in it. It's radiated like a motherfucker.
Is there a node here somewhere?
No, there is no node. As I say, the not on this, not that you can perceive on this level. Anyway, there could be one deeper underground. But Kim, I will let you describe yourself and where you are.
Okay. My character is probably sitting near Evan's character because I can't think of the name at the moment.
It's okay. The characters are new. Things will come in time.
My character is what?
I said the characters are new. We'll remember each other's names in time.
Perhaps. She's not wearing anything, but she is very, very pale. It's actually unpleasant how pale she is, but she's alive. She has a glass of a very deep red liquid that she's sipping on very contentedly. Her hair is probably still pinned up in a bun with a metal flower hairpin, which for those of you with prime sight also has a hell of a fucking lot of quint in it.
He will rise from where he's seated. You see that he's actually seated on a chair in the water proper. So when he stands, it comes up to about just below his navel. And he will say, "Konnichiwa, gentlemen. It is my pleasure to have you as my guests this evening." His body is covered in tattoos now that you see him standing up.
Carlisle will offer a slight bow back. Thank you for your invite.
He's kind of blinking to see if anyone else is going to acknowledge the "welcome to my home" thing. But
I actually just sent you a Facebook PM to question something.
oh, sorry. Give me a sec to look at my Facebook. Oh, very visibly, yes. You will also notice the other two behind him. The other two behind him also have them, but they're hidden under the suit.
Yep.
Jackie looks and says, "Thanks for your hospitality."
It is quite all right. May we interest you in refreshments, food, water, women, wine?
No, if it please the folk that is hosting this here shindig, I'd rather get to the meat of the whole issue.
He will bemusedly send across his mental link. He will send a bemused. It speaks of meat. How interesting! It knows what it is.
She'll just kind of laugh and reply, "Blood is so much better than the meat, personally."
Okay. Sorry, continue with what you were saying, Sam.
David will actually bow, and he will take a. I'm just. In fact, you'll see that he is trying to decipher something, or just.
Is here going to be one of them layered meetings, or are we going to have everything up on Front Street?
I like him. He is as straightforward as people say he is.
David will actually bow, reach into the robe that he's wearing and take out a card case and present a card with both hands, respectively, with a bow.
He will take it and bow very deeply as well, clearly understanding that you wish to do the formality of ritual. And he will look at the card. Is this just your business card?
Yes, it is in Japanese. It is in Japanese as well. It's also in Chinese and Korean.
He will snap his fingers, and one of the mooks, the goons, will basically move forward and bow and offer you his card in exchange. Because this is, for those of you who don't know out of character, practically how Japanese people say hello. They exchange business cards. Really, really peculiar.
I know. Out of character, Jackie has a belief. Out of here, Jackie has a belief system too. He knows what's going on. He just doesn't care.
David takes the business card with both hands and studies it intently, and then he very carefully puts it back into the business card case, taking care not to bend it or to bend.
He will say, "Would you care? I see that only one of you is dressed to do so. Doctor, would you care to join me?"
Please. And he will go and join them.
Okay. It is very pleasant. It is not too warm. It is not too cold. You will see that, as I've said, it is not too warm. There are basically small chairs in the bath that he has seated himself on, so that basically his head and his upper kind of, from his shoulders down is just out of the water. Sorry, from just above his pectorals, rather, is out of the water. And he says, "May I offer you food, as I have said, drink, anything that would make your stay more pleasant?"
I'm just trying to remember the etiquette here.
It is very, very impolite to refuse if you are offered food or drink.
It is very,
hang on. Does your character have etiquette?
That's a good question. I need to look at the sheet. I might actually have a dot, but I may have gotten cut.
The streetwise of 2. Do I recognize what kind of group we're dealing with here?
Oh, would you like to make me an streetwise check?
Sure.
I can tell you which group it is. Good question. Do I have it?
Let me see.
Div 6, I assume?
Yes, Div 6.
No, I do not have it, but...
okay, I'm going to be fair. Has your character spent time in Asia?
Yes.
Okay, and will you... And the next answer to this question is going to be yes, Evan. Are we going to buy a dot of etiquette at the end of the month? Yes, Evan. Okay.
No.
Yes.
I'll fight you IRL, Kim. God damn it.
I already have 2 dots of etiquette on my sheet.
He's also Googling this.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. It is polite to refuse. Basically, if you refuse hospitality, it is considered as though you do not trust the individual's hospitality.
I would greatly appreciate a drink, and I thank you for your hospitality.
It is gladly given. As I have said, friends, more important than enemies. Oh, that roll was sad.
It's Discord, man. I'm never gonna make a roll in this game.
Oh, that was a botch. Would you like to spend? Would you like to spend? Oh, that would end shockingly bad. No, I'm not that much of a dick.
You botched. Tell them they're triads.
Did watch. I feel bad about this.
He can
like
still
to-
spend a willpower.
You can spend a willpower to re-roll at diff 7 if you'd like.
Sure. Why not?
Evan,
Yes.
can I try intelligence academics to see if I can pick out a piece of artwork and compliment him with some showing that I know something?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just a straight fail. So
That's just- yeah.
I just look at it confused.
See, Marcus, you mock Discord, and then she goes around and she kisses you like Lady Luck right in the fucking forehead. Okay, these are very clearly Yakuza tattoos. More exactly, they are related to the Kagano Netse Shingumi, or basically as it translates to English, the Thousand Tail Dragon Syndicate.
Is these
If those of you,
is there an Oyabun present?
you really know your shit, dude. Sorry, he's actually making me have to. From what I remember, an Oyabun is just like the mafia boss or the don, isn't it?
Yes. The Kaisho is the capo de tutti capo, and the Oyabun is like the boss of the area.
Yeah, you're looking at the Oyabun. He's sitting in front of you. In the bathwater. I'll give you that with 3 successes. So, my apologies. I have been so fixated with one guest. Allow me to do the formal introductions as is only proper. Would you not agree, my darling sister?
Oh, of course.
We will say, first of all, allow me to introduce to you the chrysanthemum of my existence, she who transcends all glory of heaven, the darling Ikiro, he will say as he inclines his head.
Oh, you speak such soft and beautiful words of me. She'll nod her head. She's got kind of like this, it's elegant but kind of goofy smile on her face. And she'll, you know what, she'll fucking blow him a kiss, because why not?
He will reach out. How far apart are they physically?
Probably not. You know, probably arm's reach, let's be real here.
Yeah, he will reach out and he will stroke. He won't look at her, but he'll stroke her face with the tips of his fingers. As he says, in that case, allow me to also give my own introduction. My name is Shaisho no Keiji. Oh no, Kage, my apologies. Shaisho no Kage. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. We are both representatives of the Akashic Brotherhood.
Golden Dragons, more like.
You have a discerning eye, sir. I am impressed. So, where are my rather terrible manners? What drink was it that you desired, Doctor?
I put myself in the hands of my host and hostess.
He will once again stroke his sister's face as he says, "Find him something palatable, sister dear."
Evan, I'm gonna tempt fate again.
Okay.
And I'd rolled streetwise. I'm gonna try covert culture to see if there's any operatives up in here.
Define operatives.
Spooks, the CIA, alphabet agency folk.
Okay.
Watch me shoot.
Carlisle's going to look over his shoulder. I have never tried it before, but sake. Am I saying that correctly? Sake?
Ah, sake. He will smile and he will say, in that case, it would be impolite of me as a host. He will once again, as I said, he will say, darling sister, do provide our friend with something to drink, won't you? He is our guest. It is only correct that you serve him from your own lovely hand.
Of course. She'll smile and get up and head over to where the drinks are, because I don't know. I'm assuming it's all within arm's reach.
Yes, there's probably going to be some kind of cabinet set off that's refrigeration and whatever else that can just be reached from the bath itself. Are you completely naked, by the way?
Yes.
I think you said you were. Okay, cool.
And she will.
Oh, how many successes did you get on your counterculture roll?
3.
Okay. This room is entirely devoid of what you consider to be normal spec ops and or, as you refer to them, alphabet soup agencies, normal deliberations and patterns. So you look to the places where there might be bugs, there are no bugs. You look to the places where there might be secret cameras or secret surveillance, none exists, etc. Is that the answer to the question you want? Because I'm not exactly sure how the skill functions.
It's to know. I'll let you read it. I'll send it to you on Facebook.
Cool.
You can make a decision from there.
No worries. So
Carlisle will step over to where she is, and he doesn't. He actually looks her right in the face. He's being a gentleman.
Oh shit!
What's oh shit?
He looked at a Yakuza Don's sister in the face.
Yeah.
Well, if he looked anywhere else, he could be. It could be
Okay.
considered.
I'm gonna let you quickly roll etiquette, and
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
let these
etiquette.
guys. Oh well, you can still roll it at a +1 diff.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
plus
can
one
only-
different skills.
Yeah. I'm gonna let these guys explain to you why what you did was silly, because I need to go and get a drink because my tonsils are about to explode apparently.
Okay. Discord's not rolling now. Oh. Hey, actually got a success. Yep, I actually got a success.
I'm back. My throat feels like it may be made of death.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. I got a success.
Okay. A success. Okay. Sorry, just give me a second.
See, what did I tell you about not dying?
Yeah, no. I tell you what, I'm just gonna quickly go downstairs and grab something for this. Sam or what should we call it? Sam or Brain Marcus, can you just answer his question because Evan just can't at the moment. Give me just a second.
In simple terms, you shouldn't be attempting to look her in the face. You should be politely looking down and away.
She's not there for anybody but him.
Yeah, you should not be acknowledging her nakedness, and you should not be looking at her in the face, and above all, do not make eye contact.
All right. Well, he would be. Okay. Well, seeing he got a success, he will be.
Although, just to complicate this further, you can look down, but then you're acknowledging your inferiority.
Yeah. If all else fails, with one success, you might be able to go, "Oh shit," and look right up at the ceiling, because that's better than looking at her in the face.
Yeah, he'll look at. He'll look up at the ceiling.
Oh, she will smile and reach up and just kind of pat him on the cheek.
That's messed up, Kim.
What do you mean, Marcus? But
I'd care to KOE's my game.
I hear it's fun. I've never actually played it. But yeah, no, she'll get everybody their drinks and whatnot.
Okay, I'm back now, armed with throat spray. Holy crap, that hurt like fucking balls. Anyway, has Ian been explained the things? Basically,
Yes.
because I was going to say, women in Japanese society, particularly in the Yakuza, occupy a very strange, almost sacrosanct position. But anyway, they've explained it, so we'll move on. He will say, very well then. Oh, and to answer your question, now that I've read it, no, there does not appear to be any evidence of what you would refer to as anything to do with any kind of larger government agencies here gathered. You are able to mentally connect the dots, and you might be able to assume that the reason that this is that, normally speaking, intelligence agencies love places like this. They're big, they're loud, they're brash. People can easily get in and out. It's easy to meld faces into crowds, etc. But you reckon that because it's run by magi, that becomes a lot more difficult, because even with a couple of coincidental effects, it makes it very difficult for people to actually, get any quasi-dirt on them. But also this place is very new. So if individuals were going to make plays, they're going to wait until it's been up and operational for a few months before they start to make plays into it, which would make total sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was just getting back to Marcus's counterculture role. My apologies. But at this point, kind of when his sister settles back down next to him, at this point, Kage will say, so, I assume you gentlemen are wondering why it is that I have gathered you here this evening. Or rather, requested the honor of accompany.
Just came for the beer.
But you haven't drunk any.
And second, to drink any of it.
I see. He will hold up his finger and just hold it up. It's just his it's his pointer finger. And then he will put it back down in the water. And he will say, now then, may I interest you in a beer, perhaps?
Let's see. I guess I don't think that I could have one of those. Thank you though so much.
Please, it would be my honor. You are my guest, after all. I must provide for your hospitality.
No, I don't accept that just quite yet. That is kind of a boon, to reach back and get me a beer. Thank you so much.
One understands this. However, it is nothing, a trifle. You are, after all, my guest, and they are worth their weight in gold.
Because you insist and this is your place, sure, I will accept your gift.
The beer will be pre-offered. You see a nod of approval. You understand the game of refusals. You are not just pathetic Guilo or Gaijin.
Very well done, sir.
As a matter of fact, you know what? The Wraith will nod approvingly.
Ikiro's gonna kind of clap.
He is almost smiling.
He remembers how to do that. Holy shit! He will say, each one of you represents something I'm interested in. Ironic. He will say, I would ask, my ponderance. Dr. O'Brien, that is your name. I must admit, I find several of your papers that you have written on the concepts of neurocomputatic hybridization most fascinating.
He looks very pleased.
Indeed. However, it is more so the nature of your company and the nature of your products that I'm interested in.
He just looks politely neutral. Doesn't even move, really. It's just kind of a quiet intensity about him.
I'm sure that being gentlemen who understand one another, I do not need to say more.
He nods.
He will say, and as to your new campus, I'm led to understand the building is going well.
He nods. It is. Thank you for asking.
I'm pleased to hear it. Perhaps we shall come and visit you when it is built.
I would be honored to give you a tour personally.
We thank you. He will say, isn't that wonderful, Akira? We shall go and see the future be made.
Indeed. Or at least their future anyway.
Perhaps. He'll smile. He says, tell me, what is this Dublin city? A collection of houses built on old places, upon the corpses, upon the memories. I ask, and I wonder, why is it you are here, gentlemen? You are all disparate peoples, from different lands, speak with different voices, pray to different gods, or indeed none at all. What is it that drives you to be here?
David just sits kind of in eerie stillness, hoping someone else is going to answer that. Because he's fairly certain low tax rates to cut down the taxation burden on our European operations is not a socially acceptable answer.
God damn it, one day you will accept Confucianism into your heart.
Confucianism is there are many insights for business.
You're not wrong, actually.
I've got some works on it in back behind me. I personally find, anyways, that's out of character. I find it very interesting.
I can go where the lady sends me.
Ah, yes, our old enemies. Oh, come now. We remember the war. Well, it is always good when enemies can sit at the same table and break bread after they have fought, to show the solidarity that has come when peace now reigns.
You can always trust an enemy. More than you can trust a friend.
That is
Because
true.
the enemy's always gonna be your enemy. You know what he's gonna do.
Were drinks, sorry, out of character, were drinks ever brought?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she brought 'em.
Yeah, she served you all. I'm going to assume unless you requested something else, sake. I'd probably give them sake, I guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, actually, this is one of the things he drinks himself. What kind of sake is it?
This is, okay, you do not know. It came in the traditional clay ope, so you didn't see the bottle, but you don't recognize the taste. It is incredibly fine sake, however.
Did they warm it?
It has been warmed, yes. Okay. But it has a unique flavor. There's something about it that it has kind of an earthiness to it that you don't normally get with sake, kind of a grounding flavor to it. But it is very pleasant, but rather unique. And I will point that out. The taste is rather unique.
Is there anything about it with the sites we have up?
Yeah.
No, it's just sake.
This is quite excellent.
We thank you. That particular blend is produced in our grandfather's temple at Higojima.
Thought it might be handmade.
We only open bottles of it for our special guests, you understand.
He doesn't say anything, just that same almost eerie stillness. He just inclines his head, the respectful acknowledgement of the respect shown here. So.
Through the mental link, he'll say, It's easy to make them dance if you pull the right string.
Indeed. It's always so interesting to see the strings pulled.
I honestly thought that oaf with the metal arm, his nose would start bleeding when he looked up at the ceiling.
Oh, I wish that would have been so tempting.
Now, behave. Later.
That's what you always say.
Yes. However, he will say, I have news that may be of use, if it is you wish to disseminate news.
What's the price?
He will shrug casually, and he will say, a wise man knows that when he calls from a mountain top, no one will hear him in the valley below. However, should a wise man bring a friend, he will stand not far from the foot of the mountain. Then his voice may carry, his friend may shout to those safe in the village below. I consider this my duty, to give you the information as a gift.
He looks at the other two and doesn't say anything. Oh, it's y'all. It's only y'all now. And he goes back to sipping his beer.
It's good beer. It's probably Tiger or something like that.
It's Sapporo, player.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I don't drink, so Evan's really shit at beer brand names.
Neither do I.
Yeah,
But this is the
almost
beer
for
I
sure
like.
Sapporo.
Yeah, it is
Or
probably.
Ichirin.
Yes, I've had Ichirin. It tastes like muck, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But he will say, will you accept this offer of information? My gift.
Carlisle will simply nod.
Once again, through the mental link. Barbarian.
You can't expect much else from his kind.
No. You give them sticks and stones and they smash them together and call it science. Call it tomorrow. Bah.
Looks like what he's already done with his arm.
Yes. Sorry, so the only one who's yet to answer on do they wish this gift is Sam.
That's what that pregnant pause he had was for.
I would like to share with my new friends as well.
Okay. For the record, my Hangout's been really odd. Like it's been blinking off the screen. I don't know why. So can people hear me? Am I okay?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He will say.
Hajime.
Hajime. Anyway, sorry. He will say, the snowfall that plagues the northern quadrant of the city will now stop. It is because of. He actually looks at his sister and he blinks. And he says, Shuchinokerusu Dakotai? Which is basically like fairy tales or monsters of story, but he doesn't know the right word. So he's kind of trying to get her to basically give him the right word.
Harry.
Yes, it was apparently caused by these fairies. They produced the snow in the north that blanketed us. They have now agreed under pain of reciprocity in order for it to cease. They were most violent little creatures who did not seem to know their place. It was an interesting discussion.
Perhaps next time they will know better.
Yes. I felt remiss in not dealing with them more harshly, but then again, I did not want to risk the life of my companion. I more than likely could have fought my way out, but I did not want to risk his life in the process.
You and I both know his life would have been fine.
Well, yes. But then again, not many people are as resilient to what we see as we are.
Oh, indeed.
Indeed. So, the snow will stop, however these fairy things are hostile, and they should be treated as such. They sought to treat us like dogs, ordering us hither and thither, yither and yon. It was not amusing.
You mean the kindly folk?
I don't know what that is. I can show you them if you wish to see.
I'm sure you can, sir.
Evan, if I may just add,
Yeah.
the floaty headman race is just going to say in chat, no, in actual Japanese, kindly folk means hisien, sir.
Ah, you mean the Dreamwalkers, yes. Kindly folk, I understand now. The small gods. It makes sense.
Through the telepathic link, she's just going to kind of chuckle and say, they tasted so beautifully.
Yes, yes. However, now not necessarily the time. He will reach down on the water and he'll take her hand, he'll bring it up to his mouth and he'll kiss the back of her hand and he'll say, soon though.
If either of the mind having psycho kung fu akashiyana have mind sight up, Jackie is mad, but not like regular mad. He is full of rage, but not the kind of rage that's like I'm gonna kill your whole family. Just a bubbling, seething cauldron of it that it seems to be controlled.
Okay, so I take it then that Jackie does not have a mind shield because we're able to see this.
Yeah.
Okay. He will kind of quirk an eyebrow and he will say, why so full of anger, my honored guest?
The gift of the lady.
Kind of quirks his head to the side. He'll look backwards over his shoulder at the wraith, kind of like, context? Anything?
Again in Japanese, I have no idea, sir. Perhaps he has gone mad. Permission to turn him into a unit at the first opportunity.
He'll raise a hand and kind of shake his finger and he'll say, can you give me context, honored guest?
I could, but that'd be telling. Since you didn't hook me up, I reckon I hook you up. See, you're dealing with one type of euthanatos. Ain't them. We are the I did. We follow the Morgan. And she's gifted us with the power of rage that never ends. Accomplished feats in her name.
I see. That is very interesting to know. I thank you for this information. He will bow his head.
I return the bow. Same length, same duration.
In the end, I find that information is worth more than gold. Do you not agree?
Stupid people give information too. So no, it ain't always worth the same.
This is the first time he laughs. It's a kind of a because Evan can't do it right at the moment because he's sick. It's kind of a weirdly chilling noise. And he says, I'm inclined to agree. Unfortunately, fools tend to speak far more often than wise men, for they outnumber the wise men, and thus every time they open their mouth, they have a chance to spread more manure. My.
Reckon I've come to a similar understanding in my short life. Not to say that the two of us have had the same sort of experiences, for that would be a great assumption.
Indeed. But as you have not assumed, there has been no assumption. But yes, as I've said, you all possessed something I desired, one way or the other. You, Doctor, lead research into areas I find intriguing, as well as your company producing benefices that I would be interested in the concept of negotiating for. You, Carlyle, my apologies. Or would you prefer Captain?
Carlisle is fine. I haven't gone by a military title in a long time.
That is agreeable. Possess knowledge I require or would find use for, in the form of, well, your dearest possession. He'll smile. Something I'm sure that can be negotiated. Well, I do not seek your possession, more so the blueprints thereof.
It's a mighty expensive request. I'm sure we can sit down and talk about it.
Of course. This is just a, he contemplates for a moment, he says, the start of a conversation. We shall, I'm sure, have many more conversations.
He will give a slight bow in recognition of that.
And of course, then there is you, the Euthanatos. Or rather, what is the correct term, or does Euthanatos cover as a broad-reaching term?
That'll work. Just like a cashier will work for you.
He'll smile, and he will say, indeed. You understand the beating heart of this city better than most. You understand where the eyes may be, and where they're not. That's a very valuable skill for an entity and an individual such as myself and my darling sister. And we can be very generous friends. Isn't that right, my dear? He will say as he strokes the back of your neck again.
Of course. I have never known us to be anything but generous.
Quite so. Quite so.
Y'all mind if I speak freely?
Of course, you are our guest.
No, I mean real freely. Not like that we're in a hospitality type of thing, but I can say stuff and you won't take offense.
Kind of, he looks at his sister and he'll say, no, actually, he will let her answer this because he wants to hear her answer.
I would be very interested in what you have to say in such a free manner.
Hey, Jackie kind of gets down on his haunches and he looks at the other two mages and he looks at everybody in the room and how it's all set up, and he says, in this movie before, called The Crow, fell on the sister, was real tight, and they had themselves an understanding that other folk didn't have, and they got a culture that a whole lot of other folk don't understand, much like dealing with my folk things. And y'all folk ain't gonna always tell other folk how it is they should be acting, which can give y'all power over them. I would appreciate it if in whatever games that you are going to be playing, because Golden Dragons are wont to do, benefit of the city as opposed to its negative value. As I work for forces that would like for this particular city to stay intact and on some sort of balance. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, I do indeed. Why then do you believe that we would do anything in such a negative light to the city?
Never said you would. I said that I would hope that activities that you would involve yourself in would be to the benefit of the city. At no point did I said that you would do anything to the not benefit of the city.
Important question. Sorry, just before we go on, because of after he did this question, Sam, does your character have a mind shield? Active.
No, I don't mind actually.
Okay, cool. What is your current emotional state?
Pretty calm actually.
Okay. Did it change at all when he basically started to when Jackie kind of started to put the two whose hospitality you're under on blast?
No.
Okay.
He that is actually something he actually understands. He's, I mean, I wouldn't say comfortable with it, but as comfortable as he is with most things. You know, he's at his usual level of awkwardness and discomfort.
Okay, that's fine. And
although, actually, I should say, Evan, like, if you're going to use the thing, remember
what?
I will send you a Facebook message.
Yeah, no, I love my players, remember? I love you all very deeply, but there are many of you, so I do not always remember your unique, cool, funky shit. You will
But
have to.
I am the most special snowflake of all.
No, you're not. Kim is sitting in this very hangout.
I am a unique snowflake.
Evan, you remember that one thing, right, with the thing, huh?
With the thing, you know, from the guy, what's his face?
It's the matter with you? Anyway. So yeah, so continue with what you were saying, Marcus. My apologies for cutting you off. He was just curious about that.
That's all. I just wanted to make sure you understood my position so that you could know where I was coming from. I don't really have no hidden agenda. I just like to tell folk point blank what's going on with me.
Oh, very intriguing.
He will ask very politely, and he'll say, "You've mentioned them several times. I'm curious, what do you know of the Golden Dragon?"
Tussled with him a couple times in Tokyo, represented by some group called the Oni no Mizugumi.
You see a very slight upturn of lips.
Nice, Marcus.
That's actually a Rogumi in World of Darkness, run by Tiger Toranaga, a con.
That's kind of cool.
Yep, he is indeed a con. You know what? Because they're really impressed with you, Marcus, do me a favor. Denote that you have gained Underworld Influence 1 on your sheet, please.
Okay.
I like to give out the shinies. Very calmly, he will at this point, Kage will stand up from the bath and he will walk out of. He will basically. There's a small staircase that leads out of the bath. He'll walk up. Two women in the traditional robe will walk forward and hand him a yukata that he will wrap around himself and wrap with an obi belt. As he says, "That is the most refreshing, but thank you for joining me, Doctor."
Also, by the way, you'll notice that Jackie's still in his clothes. He is sweating up a storm.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
He's not changing. He's like, man, it's hot. Man, this beer's cold. Awesome. Just saying, he's not using magic to hide to protect himself. He's just like, it's hot.
Really hot. God dang, it's hot.
Yeah, Carlisle is in pretty much the same position.
Something about molasses on a hot Georgia day. I don't fucking know. I'm hot. Kim,
Okay.
I don't need to make sense.
Oh, dude, just fucking molasses on a hot Georgian day it up, you know?
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Georgia don't get that hot, but Mississippi does.
yeah.
But yes, he will. He will thank the doctor for joining him for his bath, and he will say, "We have enjoyed this conversation very much, and we would greatly enjoy having another time, perhaps."
Hmm.
You got a person that writes things down for you.
He'll kind of snap his fingers. The Wraith will probably wake up from wherever the fuck he is.
The Wraith will simply like glide over to you. He isn't actually be gliding. In one hand, large length of scroll paper, doesn't appear to be getting down. In the other hand, ink brush.
He will jot down an address for the Jacobite Club. He says, if you want to meet other folk, that's a good place to go.
He'll note it down. You notice that he doesn't appear to be using any ink, and yet there's still writing on the paper.
Has a whole lot of none of my business.
We thank you for the address of this club. I have no doubt we will put it to good use. My sister does so wish to be able to go out more often and contemplate his next words. Be amongst people.
Getting to see all the different sights and taste all of the different tastes. That would be so lovely. Do any of you recommend any places?
Don't get out very often.
Dublin is known for its nightlife, although it's a style of it, so I'm told.
Couple days, I'm gonna go hang out with some killers.
Ooh, well, that sounds very enticing.
Reckon I gotta get my blade wet. So, yep.
If I might return the favor of the information offered to me by offering you you and your honored sister information in the same spirit of friendship. I forget the technocracy is making a concerted effort to conquer the city. There is a significant force here that is expanding. They have some very powerful enlightened operatives. Well, I'm sure they would not pose a challenge to individuals of your skill and power.
You short sell this problem, David, and they're going to bite you in the ass.
He will casually cock his head to the side and he will say, "You assume very much that I'm powerful. You've seen wealth and you've seen trinkets, but what makes you think that there is power?"
He's being polite.
Yes, but he's asking you the question. He's asking, why do you think I'm powerful?
Well, to my ignorant and poorly educated Gaijin eyes, you have been entrusted with a most honorable family blade. A trust which I'm sure is not given lightly. Your retainers are quite interesting as well. And I offer them my compliments on the most excellent service. Sorry, out of character, Marcus, I didn't hear what you heard said before.
I said, Jackie says, you short sell this problems, and this man and his entourage or whatever is going to take it real personal if they go out there thinking something's a lot easier than it is.
I don't wish to short sell. He nods at Jackie and just says, "No, I don't wish to short sell. I mean, they are."
The thrice damn technocracy has this city by the balls. We're hanging on by a thread, and if we don't work together, we're all going to go to hell in a handbasket. Savvy?
He will smile as he'll walk to and he'll stroke the sword that's seated in the dragon's mouth, and he'll say, "We are more than familiar with the 5 metal dragons."
That's
more.
No, David would actually say that he was actually trying to find the name earlier.
Was this Sam couldn't remember the name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have the lore for that.
Fine. He will say, "We know the 5 metal dragons. We have seen them twist, and we have seen them contort many times. But no, we will fight, because Dublin is a city that is as feculent and corrupt as any other city. Its people, mired in their own sin and decadence, absolutely unworth any action taken by their betters in order to stave off their own degradation. However, frankly, it is the same wish of all of humanity to do better, even if here and gathered and ensconced, they're not doing it. But then again, we can't blame them for the lack of effort. And after all, the technocracy do irritate me. Their song is so disharmonious, screeches. We shall bring them. Sorry, what was that? What was that, Marcus?
Nothing.
No, out of character. What did you say?
Oh, he goes, and it's also fun to spit in Sideblinder's eye.
He'll say, "So yes, you have my word that we will aid you in whatever way we can to crush the technocracy. Mostly so we can hear the symphony of their scream."
Will Thank you very much for your hospitality. I would not wish to intrude further.
He will bow very deeply and he will say, "You are always safe beneath these walls. Oh, sorry, you're always safe beneath these. You're always safe beneath my roof." Honored said.
He bows to both Kaga and Kiryu. And now, takes a few, one step back of respect before slowly turning and beginning to walk away.
As you walk away, two ladies will pad up towards you. They will present you with a. Sorry, 1 second.
Do not die.
I'm not going to die, damn it.
I'm just saying.
Sorry. They will present you with the yukata and an obi belt that basically, because you just got out of a bath.
Yeah.
Once again, if you're interested, it's entirely clean, and this is made of silk.
Yukatas are usually made of cotton, I thought.
It depends. I have yukatas that are made of silk, but then again, though, that was a wedding outfit. So yeah, no, they probably would be made of cotton. But yes, and
Okay.
you will be allowed to withdraw. Does anyone else wish to do anything before they politely leave?
Jackie leaves like an enemy. He just keeps looking at him and walks out backwards.
Okay, you see him smile at this, almost like that scene when two predators face off against each other, but they don't fight. They kind of want, they disengage as opposed to fighting.
Yep,
very much.
Jackie's pretty sure this guy's gonna try and kill him at least once.
Maybe. And Carlisle, how does Carlisle leave?
He does somewhere in between the two of them. He'll stop between them and the door. He'll look at them both and, well, in their direction, nod, and then turn and head out.
When they're gone, Kaga will walk back to the bath where his sister is still lounging, and he will once again lean down and kiss her on top of the head, kind of on her forehead, and he will say, my, how weak they all are, like ribbons on the breeze. Through his mental link with her.
Two of them, yes.
If they have,
One has street smarts.
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, I was going to say, if the three of them are alone for a moment, he'll look at them and go, they know way too much. They can't be trusted.
David just kind of looks at them with dead eyes and says, or looks at you. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Perhaps we should get changed and have a drink at the club.
Sure.
He just looks at the Carlisle and he says, "May you live in interesting times."
We already do.
From outside the very thin paper door, need I add?
Okay, did no one else pick up on what I was saying? You are in rice paper walls. Everything, and they have ghosts. Not to mention just containers. Everything you say is going to be like. I feel this is common sense. I feel this is like intelligence, like
This is
2.
Intelligence 1.
No, maybe not intelligence 1. Intelligence
No,
1.
okay, I will point out exactly what you hear is "May you live in interesting times," and may your road ever be long. May your road ever be long and well paved. Is what you hear from just opposite the rice door.
Evan, if I may, just
Yes.
to reinforce the point. As that is said, the Wraith who took notes will physically pass through the door. The first display he's made, incidentally, of overt wraithly powers. He will simply stick his head through the door and go, "These are quite thin, you know, sirs," and then pull back and return to duty. Just to reinforce the point.
Yeah, Carlisle looks like, yeah, and
David's facial expression doesn't really change at all.
I mean, come on, Evan, for a sec. I think for a second there, he's pretty much hated by his entire tradition. Pretty much got enemies everywhere he turns in that tradition, and he's facing enemies on all fronts from the technocracy.
Yes.
These two are not impressive.
Okay.
To be fair, that is actually that is a fair point. Like in the greater scheme of things, get in line. You want to kill me?
But if you guys wish to have a very brief conflab where you guys basically do the Batman scene change back to the Aetherite Club, you're more than free to do so because that place is warded at the Yin Yang.
I would very much like to do that.
I prefer
Okay,
I prefer the time warp over the Batman.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, just not too terrifically long. But yes, we will do the. You will all be seated in deep plush armchairs in the Jacobin Club. Jacobin Club.
Yeah, and Carlisle's drinking from a flask and not ordering anything.
That's fine.
So what did you two want to talk to me about?
Well, first, I didn't want anything said because of the paper walls. That's why I made the comment.
You don't think I noticed the paper walls, really? I noticed the. Did you notice that the girls that met us at the front door were dead?
Yes.
How about the guy that we were walking with was a wraith?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. How about the two? How about the whole from front door to back door? That place is fucked up.
How is this my problem exactly?
It really isn't.
And they know way too much.
You mean they know stuff? They paid attention?
Yeah. David just kind of like looks at Marcus, inwardly agreeing. Yes, what he said.
I mean, it all depends. You can treat them as enemies. You can treat them as friends. You can treat them as allies. Don't really make me no never mind. All right, that individual knows where he and I stand.
Yeah, pretty sure he knows where I say where we stand too.
Yeah, the only problem is he may not give a shit about either one of us.
I don't think he does.
I got bigger fish to fry.
You know, I ain't Asian or nothing, but I spent a little time over there when I was doing retrieval. They got a real interesting mindset. If you're going to be dealing with him, I suggest you learn a few things.
I agree. I would also be very cautious about doing business with them.
Uh-huh.
Be cautious dealing with doing business with any of y'all. You got freaking magic.
Meh.
Or
Somewhere in the
whatever.
Etherite bar, somebody in the Etherite bar will shout, "Science!"
Yeah, him too.
Enlightened science. Yes.
Yeah, him too.
Well,
In the end, y'all don't know what they're gonna do or who they're gonna do or how they're gonna do it or whatever. And there ain't no reason to be telling folks something that you're guessing. So wait and see. Either they're going to be a hindrance or they're going to be a help. If you want to go find out their deeper motives or whatever, then you might as well go try and find out everybody's deeper motives.
yeah.
It's of interest to me how just because they act a little funny and talk a little funny and got a few different rules, you think they're weird, and I'm a goddamn euthanatos. And I'm gonna kill somebody right quick.
I actually am, but
Yeah, not so much with me.
Well, it's because you're Billy Badass and I'm not, so I can understand that. So are you two done being all kind of Sally Homemaker? Because if you start telling tales out of school, they're gonna take that shit real personal.
You two, what tales out of school am I telling?
Any.
So, I don't follow. I apologize.
All right. You've been there one time, and you've been there one time. He was in their presence one time, and they're kind of kooky because they do things their own kind of way. So just their weird ain't no different than nobody else's weird, as far as I can tell. So I don't know what kind of microscope you're holding them up to, or what kind of rule you're using to measure their goodness, badness, or whateverness. But hey, you go right ahead on. Me, I'm gonna let folk take the actions that they take and base them off of that. If they're helpful, they're helpful. They're not helpful, they're not helpful. I mean, by the same token, there's no reason I shouldn't punch your teeth out, David, because you were a foul-mouthed, disrespectful son of a bitch that one night. But I didn't do it.
For who now?
I let you. You.
No, for what?
Hey, you were kind of being all kinds of disrespectful at the bar the other night.
She has threatened me every time I've interacted with her.
She didn't do nothing.
Oh, she has. On other occasions, she actually insulted me. A lot of people didn't catch that.
She insulted you?
Yeah.
2 words hurt your feelings?
Yes. He just kind of looks at, like, Marcus, or sorry, it's like, yes. Of course they did.
Oh, well. I don't have that problem. I can't empathize.
What's the old saying? Sticks and stones.
Be that as it may.
Have you not picked up paper recently?
Be that as it may. We all got to be working together and stop trying to find reasons not to work together. If somebody gives us a real reason to be to call their motives or whatever into question, then we'll cross that bridge when they come to it. But right now, ain't no reason to be trying to find reasons not to work with people.
Well, that seems very reasonable to me, and that's why I brought the information to everyone.
Know where this whole they know too much. What do they know that we don't know, Carlisle? Did you read their mind in some kind of way that I wasn't aware of?
No. Just knew something about me that very few people know.
What? That you got a cold dead stare of a World War II vet? What?
No. They implied they know what my I have something. But
well, last time I checked, folk can use magic on you and find out things. It's a thing, I promise. I've seen it. So do you have some kind of secret squirrel way of hiding something about yourself, and they use their superpowers to find out what those things were, and that made you sad?
Makes me not trust them.
You use your damn magic looking all over the place. You can't see dead folk unless you use magic. So, well, you was doing the same damn thing.
Didn't say that they shouldn't trust me.
No one trusts you. You kicked out of your order for being a coward.
By the way, if
Amen to that. What hell? And everyone in the club raises the glass.
By the way, if I may just step into my minor role as AST for a second.
Oh God.
Sam.
Yeah.
You're just going to get a text that reads, "Mickey, I'll be at the mall in half an hour." Like, you don't know a Mickey, you're not called Mickey, you just get a text saying, "Mickey, I'll be at the mall in half an hour."
The mall or the
MALL, mall.
Anyway, unless Anthony wishes to drop more perspective plot on people, it is getting very late here. And, Kim is the one hosting the scene, and it's not really fair to ask people to host scenes that they're not in anymore.
Oh, okay.
Jay says, y'all two are going to do what y'all are going to do. Y'all know my stance on it. I would just say be cautious and, well, remember that everybody else that we're going to be dealing with has same kind of abilities that we do. So anything that you thought was a secret is pretty much laid bare before the eyes of the first aspect of most of our super damn powers.
David's gonna stare at Jackie uncomprehendingly. Okay.
We can see hidden stuff with our abilities. Can't we?
With the right preparations and procedures, we can.
Okay, so here's my thing. If you thought something was some kind of something you wanted to hide and you didn't hide it, and somebody looked at you with the superpowers and they had the right protect things up, they could see it. As a matter of fact, if they really wanted to see it, they'd say, "Hey, come to my house. That way I don't have to use some sort of far distance seeing superpowers."
Yeah.
Better yet, this is my place, so everything's real easy for me here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Good to know. Stay out of people's houses.
I'm not saying that was their ulterior motive, but it's something they could have accomplished. But you knew that when you walked through the door, because you're not an idiot.
I want to give him an XP every time he says idiot. I really do.
Sorry, I don't think I ever caught your name.
Jackie Kenrowan. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you, David or Brian.
We lay bare ourselves every time we walk in front of another person with our abilities. Distance is a power. Distance is an ability. You don't want somebody to know something about you, stay in front of their house.
Yes. Oh, that's probably a good idea.
However, we have to work together because there's a damn war outside. So, like I said, y'all can do what you want to do, think what you want to think. I've told you how I feel about it. I'm not trying to change minds. I'm just trying to make sure the damn city doesn't explode and take as many bad guys with me as I can. It's a real simple life I live. Now I need to go home, Get some sleep, because there's probably some people I have to stab in the back of the throat tomorrow.
He looks
Y'all have a
really
nice day.
comfortable about the idea.
Y'all have a nice night.
You too.
You too. And Carlisle's going to stand up and he's going to head for the door himself.
David's gonna get another drink. Just be like, God. I wonder if there's any fourth party.
And on that note, I think thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been another scene in Hong Kong House of Cards. Or not